I was not surprised Jacob was late, but I was a bit annoyed. I wanted every minute with him I could get, and whatever last-moment idea had caught his attention was stealing precious minutes from our time together. Finally, Jacob's gray Ford pickup turned the corner onto our street. I jumped up with a grin. "Hey, Annie," he called through his rolled-down window. "Ready to go?" "I was ready 30 minutes ago." I pretended to still be annoyed, but I wasn't. Jacob's presence always lifted my mood. I hopped into the passenger seat and buckled up, eager to be on the road. "Can I turn on the radio?" I asked, reaching for the knob. "Only if you turn on country music." He gave me a playful wink as he backed out of the driveway. We were on our way. The hour-long drive to the Wilson family farm was always filled with country music and laughter when I was with Jacob. My brother made me laugh more than anyone else, and I felt carefree sitting by his side as we drove through the curvy backroads of Kentucky. Wilson Family Farm belongs to Daddy's side of the family and is my favorite place on earth. I love the variety of the land, the open fields, the heavily wooded hills, the cool valleys, and the picturesque trails winding through it all. Granddaddy lives out on the farm with his wife Jan and oversees every inch. We have chickens, pigs, donkeys, cows, and horses. The property is also home to several barns, a hayloft, and the farmhouse. With more than 500 acres to explore, Wilson Farm offers both fun and solitude. I had been going out there for as long as I could remember. Though we lived in the suburbs, I had the heart of a country girl and often wished I could live on the farm. When we arrived that day, Jacob and I headed straight to the barn where we saddled up 2 horses. We often hiked the trails on the farm, but that day we would explore them by horseback. Riding horses always felt more adventurous to me, like we could do anything we set our minds to. And that day, we decided to ride up High Point Mountain, the name our family gave to one of my favorite spots on the farm. From the top, you can look down over the entire property and out across the horizon for miles. Jacob led the way as we rode up the winding trail. Every few seconds, he looked back to check on me. I pretended his watchfulness irritated me, but it actually made me feel safe. I knew my brother would protect me no matter what happened. Once we reached the summit, we tied our horses to a tree and sat down on a patch of soft grass to relax. Those moments on the mountain were always the best part of the whole excursion for me. Jacob and I were the only 2 people around for miles. Staring out over the blue-tinted grass covering the open Kentucky fields below, we shared our dreams for the future. I felt grateful that Jacob let me into his world. Even with 8 years between us, he made me feel like we were best friends. "Well, Annie," Jacob said after a few minutes of comfortable silence, "how are your plans for space travel coming along?" "Very funny," I said, rolling my eyes. "You'll see. Someday I'll be an astronaut and wave at you from space." Jacob laughed, but in a way that told me he was proud of me for working toward my dream. I was following the advice he always gave to my sister Elizabeth and me. Dream big, work hard, and be kind. "All right," he said, "tell me about it again. What makes you want to go to space?" "I don't even know where to begin," I said. Soon I found the words to explain how the wonders of the heavens God created intrigued me. I lay back on the grass and stared up at the blue sky. The breeze was swift and the clouds moved quickly. "Don't you just want to see what all God has made out there in the sky?" Jacob didn't reply. Instead, he lay back and joined me in staring up at the heavens. I listened to the wind moving the gold and orange leaves of the trees below us and thought how perfect this moment was. Then I turned to Jacob and asked him about college, what classes he was taking and what books he was reading. His life, like the sky, fascinated me. In many ways, I hope to be just like him one day. He told me he had just added a political science major to his current literature major. "What is political science for?" I asked, wrinkling my nose. "So I can become a lawyer, Annie," he said, lacing his fingers behind his neck. "I want to find a way to help people through my profession, and that one feels right." "Well, I think you'll be an amazing lawyer," I said without hesitation. "You are so smart and so good with words. It's perfect for you." I was proud of my big brother. Entwined with Jacob's adventurous spirit was an old soul. God had given him extra doses of bravery and energy, but also wisdom and a love of learning. He enjoyed
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.